letters. Let's give ourselves the letter C. Now C, you know, obviously I'm going to choose C, right? Because C starts my name. So I'm so used to doing a C. I could do a C in my sleep. So just to kick off with, there's a C. Now you can see that I've used a very, very simple design. Top heavy, first of all. Top heavy. So all the actions are happening down the bottom, and the top is mostly consistent of the weight. That's where all the weight of the letter is. I've not really embellished it at all there. It's just a very straightforward C. I've put curves on it there, but I could easily put a straight line there, corner it off instead. Be very simple. And that's the standard C. That's the kind of C I use in my name all the time. If we were to use a throwy C, oh god, now you've got me thinking. So how would I do that? Let's do, okay, let's busk it. Something like that. Something like that. That's a big bottom heavy C. Actually, it doesn't work very well as a C. Doesn't look like a C. Always have the eraser handy. See, I'm trying to be clever by doing a bit on the extra there, but I don't know if it's really working. There you go, and if I just tuck a bit in there you go, that looks pretty like a C. Give us a break, straight off the top of my head. There we go. So there you go, there's a nice big bottom heavy C, throwy style C, like that. I don't really like conventional C's because they're just sort of, you know, round and about. I do a lot of these kind of C's actually, which is dead easy to do. So, bit of an oval like that. You have to excuse me going over it like this. I do have OCD, which means I go over and over things sometimes. Drives me wife mad. Now I want to do a top heavy one again, so I'll put the inside of it down there. And there we have a very nice conventional C. I would never really leave it just like that. I'd put a little bit of an extender on the end there. I always do, just in case I want to bang an arrow on it or something, you know, that kind of thing. I won't do it now. There you go, there you go. So there you got a nice round one. Depends as well whether you like painting a lot of round lines or you know, a lot of curved lines. You know, when I first started graffiti, I used to love painting curved lines. Then I started to like doing this more because I like painting straight lines, that kind of thing. There we go. Just do that a bit heavier so you can see it. There we have it. So there's a few examples of some C's. Then we can get into a sort of a more radical sort of shape of a C. And these C's, so this kind of C is very sort of like New York 1980s type of C. Often associated with somebody like Cantu, but obviously Cantu, brilliant writer though he is, you know, was heavily influenced by New York, as we all were. There you go, that's a bit more of a more of an embellished, if you like, bit of an embellished C there. Yeah, that will do. I don't want to do anything too boring. Like, you get what's called the varsity C. You know, so varsity letters, those of you are Americans, you know, you'll recognise the... In fact, I'll just do it in a grid form because it's easier to do it that way. You've got the classic varsity letters. Knock the corners off. And these you can do a lot of detail on. Multi-layer them. But that's the basic structure of a varsity C. There you go. And what you can do, you can sort of, you know, you can bevel them so they're beveled like that. Or you can do all sorts of things with them. But that's a basic varsity C. Okay. Letter dynamics, in a very simple way, are good to think about. So if you you can lean your letters forwards. Let's take this letter for instance. You can lean it forwards. Which gives it a sort of forward moving momentum like that. So if you hook it up with a U, you know, U sort of moving forwards as well, and yeah, and so on and so forth. Or you can do the opposite, lean it right back. And then your letter placement, obviously, when you start to hook letters up, is totally different if you lean them backwards, because you can't sort of stick it up there. You have to bring it right down there. Work out how you're gonna do that. You get lovely old-fashioned. Say old-fashioned, you know, see a load of it from the 80s, which of course is the era that I kicked off in, that I probably love the most for graph. And you see a lot of leaning back hand styles, leaning back letters that are right back like that. Lots of hand styles used to literally sort of be like that. Whoa, you lean them right back. Put like a 45-degree lean on them. Going backwards, I love that aesthetic, absolutely love it. But anyway, look, I'm going to leave it there because I've done a few letters there, and you can just sort of you get the gist about sketching out letters.